I guess that's fair. Here we go. We did it. We're going to Mythic, baby. What is it? 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 What did we get? What did we get? Let's go. Oh, you're not going to tell me? No percentage? All right. Well, that was anticlimactic. Welcome back to the channel today, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. In today's video, we have a DIMIR control list that revolves around the Kraken, Kiora, Best of Sea Gods. And not only does it revolve around Kiora, we went ahead and we took this deck and we ran it all the way to Mythic. We finally did it. We squeaked right in there at the end of the month, just like last month. They kind of did us dirty with our percentage when we got there, but you know what? It's the end of the month. I can't complain. We made it to Mythic. Hopefully next month, I say this every month, but hopefully next month we'll get there a little faster. Maybe obtain a number. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know, but we did it, so I'm happy. This deck got us there, and I'm excited to show you this one because it's an absolute banger of a deck. But before we get started, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because it does notify you whenever we post a video, and I don't want you guys to miss out on any future content. We make decks roughly 2 to 3 times a week. This is an off week for me at work, one of the only off weeks I get a year, so there's going to be a few more videos this week than normal, so be sure to hit that bell, as well as follow all the links down in the description below for all of our social medias, as well as our Twitch page where we go live every single Wednesday. All right, enough of that. Let's jump into it. All right, like I said, this deck is a Kiora deck. We run 3 of the Kiora Best of Sea Gods. This is a very, very mana heavy spell, so when you think of a heavy mana spell, you got to think of either 2 things. You got to think of how am I going to ramp to it, or how am I going to control the board state long enough and stay alive long enough to cast that spell. Well, we do both of those things. We run 4 Solemn Simulacrums. This card right here is going to get us our ramps that we need, but it also allows us to create a body on the field and generate us card draw. This card right here is very good. Can be honestly ran in all control decks. You're going to see a lot of the same faces in all of these control decks. Typically all the non-colored cards like Solemn and like Mazemind Tome. We have 4 Mazemind Tomes as well. This is going to be our card draw engine here at the early game. If we're up against a control match or a match where our opponent's trying to, you know, take our hand and look at it and, you know, take cards from it, Mazemind Tome is a great way to generate value back to your hand. It's a very good long game tool. And then of course Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, 4 of. So these are the 3 cards I'm talking about, those colorless cards that you see in a lot of control decks. It's pretty much the shell of any really good control deck, whether it be Yorion decks and whatnot. These 3 cards are typically all paired together pretty nicely. So we do have 4 of each of those, and that's kind of where we started this deck. And then I said, you know what, we're also going to throw in Kiora here, and then we're going to wrap the deck around that in a neat little package. So this is how we're going to get there. We're going to get there with 3 Bloodchief's Thirst. This is going to help us with our early game removal on small creatures, things that are going to be problematic early on. Edgewall Innkeepers are a good example of that. They generate your opponent a good card draw engine, so you want to go ahead and get rid of those as quickly as possible. With mono red, you want to hit things that do a little bit more damage. Typically, you know, this is really good for like Torbrand. Sorry, something got in my eye and I'm really annoyed now. Something like Torbrand's really nice. This hits all kinds of targets, being that you can cast it for 1 or kicker it for, you know, 4 mana. You can hit pretty much anything, which is really nice. So helps you keep alive early in the game. And then we have our dreaded Rogues decks that we go against. This card right here is going to be our savior for Rogues decks. It allows us to, I'm sure you know what Cling to Dust does, but it allows us to basically draw cards or gain life depending on the situation. And it also comes back from Escape, which exiles our own graveyard, which is fantastic against Rogues. Then we have 3 Negates. This is a card that I got away from running for the last couple of decks, but I absolutely think it's fire right now in the meta. There's a lot of big spells, a lot of key spells that when our opponent, you know, our opponents win the game off of, and Negate is the way to deal with it. I feel like instant speed Negates are fantastic right now. As long as you play them properly and you know what your opponent's doing and you get an idea of when to play it, Negates are fantastic. And then we got Extinction Event, 4 of. This is also going to help us get to our end goal of the Kiora and our Ugin, because Extinction Event is going to wipe the board clean of any sort of mono red shenanigans or any mono white, etc. And then 2 Hagra Maulings. This is a really good removal spell as well as a land, so You get best of both worlds there. And then 3 Greatsharks. This is a card that I've been wanting to run again for so long. When it first came out, we were kind of running this in a lot of our decks, a lot of, you know, flash decks, DIMIR flash decks, you know, what is it? What am I thinking of? Simic flash decks. This card is fantastic, and I don't know why I got away from running it so much. I want to try to start throwing it in more of our decks because it's really good, especially because we have such a heavy creature-based meta. Early on in the game, or even late on in the game, this can really get people to concede. Whenever you counter a creature spell with your own creature that's huge, it's pretty much a wrap at that point. And then, of course, we have 4 Shark Typhoons. This will get us, you know, a late game win con, as well as a board state, you know, advantage to overrun our rogues decks with. So that's pretty much the deck in a nutshell. That's all the cards in it. We do run 4 Crawling Barrens. Of course, it's been a little bit since I've ran the Crawling Barrens, so of course I had to knock the rust off. I was misplaying it slightly, not really triggering it when I should have. Just be sure to play that a lot better than I do. And then 2 Temples, all 4 of my pathways, and an even set of 7 islands and 7 swamps. That's gonna do it though, guys. That's the deck tech. That's the deck in a nutshell. It's really fun to play. We're trying to get that early board completely wiped out, get into our bigger place, you know, get that Kiora down, maybe spam a couple of them, get a, you know, steal all of our opponent's things, and just win the game. Kiora is such a fun card to play, and I was really excited to bring this one to the table, and I'm happy that it was a deck that we were able to go to Mythic with. So I know you will be able to win with this deck and enjoy this deck, so I hope you all have fun, enjoy the gameplay footage, and then we'll meet back here at the end for some final thoughts. Peace. All right, here we go. We are playing our way to Mythic with DIMIR. DIMIR, but not the typical DIMIR you guys might be thinking about. Not DIMIR rogues, not your typical DIMIR control. Whether, you know, this is a control deck, but it goes way over the top. We're looking for Kiora Best of Sea Gods as our main win con, and Ugin to just debilitate our opponent's board state. So that's the goal. We are 3 games out from Mythic, so we're hoping to accomplish this before the end of this video. All right, this could be important. What do we care about? I think I'm gonna get this Shark Typhoon out of here. I know this might seem crazy, but I know they might have like Mire Trions and certain creatures we're gonna want to exile. We definitely want to exile that. So Shark Typhoon was the best choice. We're rewarded with the decision by getting another one. Let's go ahead and hold up in our Negate for anything weird. Any sort of like agonizing remorse, we might just let it slide. That's something we could negate. It's not a bad negate, I don't think. It gets their yeah, it gets their Croxa closer to being able to be played again. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And pass turn again, and then we're just gonna go ahead and just, you know, ramp with Solemn here, hopefully finding our big plays. But you draw 2 cards, lose 2 life, then mill 2 cards. It's a pretty good card. It's a pretty good card, especially for that deck. All right, here we go. Start the ramp. Start the ramp into our big plays. They have enough cards now to bring Croxa back. Could see a Croxa here, but we will exile it if we get the opportunity. Looks like we will get that opportunity. Gonna lose the Shark Typhoon again. I know losing a land isn't the biggest deal right now because it's only 3 life, but I do want the land to be able to hit our plays if we end up drawing into them. So I think Shark Typhoon is still the best choice here. They're both even, so I'm gonna go ahead and swing my Solemn into the Croxa, hoping that they block it and I get the card draw off of it, and then we can play this. See, we do get an Ugin. That's why we wanted to keep our land. Sweet, they gave me the card draw. Had we played the Extinction Event first, we would have exiled our own Solemn with that Croxa, which would have been no bueno. Now, if we can find a Clean to Dust of our own, we can get rid of their Clean to Dust. That'd be sweet. Ooh, that's annoying. We do have a card to take care of it, though. But if they end up getting our Ugin here pretty soon, that would be really bad. We really got to get that to resolve. Mazemind Tome would be pretty sweet too here. Oh, no way. No way did we just top deck it. Let's go. And we have enough mana too to actually cast a Bloodchief Stirs. That honestly was probably the best top deck we could have got. As long as they don't have, let's see, as long as they don't have Rankle or Agonizing Remorse or something like that. There's actually quite a few things they could have here that would really not be good. We can't lose this Ugin. Man, Mazemind Tome off the top. Let's go, buddy. Don't mind that at all. That's an easy Ugin clap. Alright. Ooh, Solemn? Sure. Don't mind if I do. Ugin is alive next turn, ladies and gentlemen. Ugin is live. Wait, is this getting countered or something? And what's going on here? What's the priority here? They have something to what would it be? A kill spell, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Could be another cling to dust too. Whatever it is, I don't think the priority needs to take this long to decide on. Seems like a pretty standard yes or no. Alright, timeout used. Sure. Let's go ahead and get roped. Game 1, yeah? Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day, though. We are definitely going to be hitting Mythic in this video. Super excited to see what number we get. I mean, not number. Obviously, it's going to be a percentage. We're so late into the season. That's the only downside to the season is early on, if you get to Mythic fast, you know, you start out with a number and you just got to try to, you know, maintain it. But when you get this late into the season and decide to, you know, go for Mythic, you typically end up with like a 90-something percentile. Typically this late, you'll probably get like a 94 to 95 percentile. And then you're going to have to grind out a set of matches still to try to grind your way up to a number, which we have not ever gotten yet. We've only been in the high 90s. We'd like to try to get a number, you know, if not this month, next month. But I say that every month, and then we just kind of run out of time. Looks like this is going to resolve because of a timeout. We're going to get a land, and then they're probably going to time out here, and we win by default. All right, well, GG's everybody. This has been a good game 1. We were probably going to win anyways. We had the Mazemind Tome to draw cards with to refill our hand. If they had a way to, you know, hit our hand and get this Ugin, it might be interesting, but we still have ways to draw cards. We still have a whole bunch of ways to, you know, draw win cons. We have 3 Kiora still, 3 Ugins. We would have eventually found it with the Mazemind Tome, and they wouldn't be able to, you know, keep up with their discard spells with our Mazemind Tome. So GG's. I love that we're going to get to Mythic with our DIMIR deck too. That's always fun. Anytime I can get there with the control version of a deck, it's always a blast. Sorry that you guys had to sit through this. I apologize. And that's the game. I may have skipped everything I just said there just to get to the end of that. I don't know. I'll see in editing. GG's. It seems like every time I'm like recording a video, not every time, but pretty close to every time, I always get 1 or 2 opponents who really like to just rope out, sometimes all the way, and it just drives me crazy. We go first. Opponent doesn't have a companion, which typically means a creature deck. Could be mono green, could be Golgari, but either way, we have an Extinction Event. We're keeping his hand. Swamp first. Keep our cling available. Keep our cling available for things like Fabled Passage and whatnot. Alright, Kazandu Mammoth. That's a good sign if they had to play that as a land. Coming out hot with the Kazandu as a land. So this is going to be a mono. Okay, it's going to be Gruul. Thought it was going to be mono green there. All right. Can't lie, this is going to be tough to beat. This is going to be a really fast deck that hits her very hard. Crawling Barrens should be okay here. Could cycle a Shark here and get a 1/1 and just chump block. Save myself some life total here. Potentially, depending on what they play here. If it's just another land, maybe not. Okay. Sometimes you'll see another Brushfire Elemental come down in that position, and then they crack a Fabled Passage. That's always really hard to see. All right, the even and an odd. Ooh, and the odd is the one we want to exile more because it comes back. All right, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and cycle this for 1. I'm just gonna really keep my life total as high as possible here. Oh, I can't block there. Oh, geez. That could have been a misplay if they didn't have something I could have blocked. All right, perfect. Bloodchief's Thirst. You'd love to see it. All right, let's go Bloodchief's Thirst here. And hopefully they keep playing odd. Typically, Gruul likes a lot of adventure creatures, which are odd creatures. So that way the Extinction Event can hit more than just one creature. The even creatures are more of a rarity here in the Gruul matchup. They have things like Kazandu Mammoth for 3. They have Bone Crusher Giant. They have Lovestruck Beast. All these things for 3. You gotta always be ready for the exile of odd. As I say that, we get hit with the Questing Beast. At least we have the Mauling, which is really nice. All right, we are definitely going to gain some life here. Gotta be ready. Ready to gain some life. And we're definitely killing this. Let's pray they don't have another one. And let's go ahead and scry. Kiora! Best of Sea Gods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we would need to hit one more land in order to play it. I'm really worried that we're... Let's keep it. You know, why run that many in my deck if I'm not going to take it whenever I get it, you know? We're going to take it. All right, there's an odd creature. Come on, another odd creature just for me. A 3-drop. That'll do. Come on, another 1-drop. Another 1-drop. Okay, or 3-drop. Come on, you got it. Bone Crusher Giant. All right, that's fine. It's pretty good value, I'd say. Very solid value, and we have a negate for any sort of shenanigans. But their shenanigans typically revolve around creatures, throwing an Embercleave on it, trying to hit a henge, those types of things. The Kiora is looking really solid here. Gonna be able to block that, no problem. Yes, we hit the land. We hit the friggin' land. Gonna be able to body block this Mammoth even if they do get the Embercleave on it. Take away a lot of the damage. It will be what, a 5/5, and then it will get an Embercleave, making it a 6/6. So yeah, we will be able to survive. And then, okay, it's just another Mammoth. I'm fine with that. I was really trying to figure out worst case scenario there, and that's totally fine. All right, so we swing in here. The Mammoth do not untap their next on-tap step. And we could have actually swung in there with the Barrens. We do have the Cling to Dust though, which we don't have enough mana for, but if we negate something, or I'm sorry, enough cards for, but if we negate something, we could play this. We'll see. We can always pump the Crawling Barrens on our end step here. We'll see. I'm just kind of rambling here, rambling ideas that fall out of my brain. Okay, 2 Mammoths that are useless. Let's go. We'd love to see it. Bone Crusher, sure. The question is, which one do I take? 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's lethal, baby. That's lethal, baby. Just for good measure. Just for good measure. Yep, I figured. So for good measure, you know what? Let's just negate that. Let's just negate that. Either way is lethal, so. Oh, and of course it tapped my Barrens here. Unbelievable. It tapped my Barrens. This game, dude. I go to use my negate thinking it's gonna take my land and tap my lands properly. You always gotta watch, man. You always gotta watch. GG's. All right, well, we got the W either way. A little sloppy there at the end. Still trying to figure out the kinks in this deck, but yeah, we got it either way. We'll take it. All right, here we go. One more for Mythic. One more for Mythic. Let's see what our percentage is gonna be. Assuming we win, of course. Assuming we win. Let's find out. Don't let me down, deck. Oh, I don't mind this because we have the Extinction Event. Cling to Dust can get us some card draw. No companion tells me probably creatures, so let's do it. Let's friggin' do it. Ugin. We have a Kiora. Do we need to Ugin this early? I don't think we do. I don't think we need it this early. We have 3 more. We'll find another one. We sure did. We found another one. Ah, no. I hate the riddle form. I can't lie. We don't have any instant speed removal, so riddle form is actually a big problem for us until we can get Ugin onto the field. We just gotta make sure that riddle form can't do anything until then. We'll see. We will see. They're gonna use it to scry. Okay. I have a feeling this might be a lot of kill spells, like a lot of Bloodchief Stirs, Heartless Axe, just to activate the riddle form and keep the battlefield clean, which is kind of a cool concept. But I don't. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! At least they only get 1 out of the 2, and we get to Clean to Dust now, which is nice. Good old Duress, one of my favorite cards. Love the artwork too. This card's so sweet. Extinction Event. Wow, they leave me with both Kiora and Ugin. Thought for sure they'd take the Ugin. It's my only answer to your riddle form. You never know. I don't have anything that can deal with the riddle form. But let's go ahead and draw a card now. Alright, well they didn't want me to have one of those, so now I do. Okay. They cling my cling, which is great, because then I can cling their cling. Let's see who has the last cling standing. Who will have the last cling? Oh, watch them have their other one ready. Oh, that'd be embarrassing. Alright, well, it's good that we drew 2 cards there. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. At least we're eating up all their triggers for riddle form, which is nice. That's actually wild, man. Alright, well, Bloodchief's Thirst, activate. Can't have that on the field. But yeah, it's good that we triggered both of those Clean to Dust when we did, because we still haven't found a land in all 3 of those draws. And we definitely need to find one now. Gotta keep the mana flowing here. That ain't it. That ain't it, Chief. We do have a Shark, which is great here. Artifacts, I doubt they'll have, but they do play creatures, so you never know. This could be a pretty strong card against them. We'll see. That's annoying. That's annoying to say the least. So they can see both Sharks now. They might take one here, it looks like. They're highlighting it. Ugin's the best card for me in this matchup. We have no other ways to deal with riddle form, so they go for a Shark. Fair enough. Will they play something right into this other Shark? Let's find out. I doubt it. Let's get ready to pump our Barrens here. Down to 2 cards, our opponent. So that's good. And we can stop any sort of Mazemind Tome, which is our best bet of coming back as far as card value. So that's kind of nice. Another Crawling Barrens. That's a land. We'll take it. We will take the land all day long. One more. We can finally get to our big spells. I am worried. I am worried about counterspell magic, which could be very possible in this matchup. It would be a really easy way to trigger the Riddle form for tempo and defense, and yeah, counter magic could be good here. Do I think they have it though? Probably not. Should I put the pressure on them? I think I'm going to put the pressure on them. I think I'm going to play the Shark here. Force whatever it is out of their hand, whether it be a counterspell, because we could just wait a turn and play the Kiora and get countered anyways, and then that would really suck if we didn't get any tempo going. So let's get some damage flowing here. We do need land for the Ugin. Start threatening the damage here. I should have went right into the Barrens too for an attack, but I didn't think of that. But at least hopefully they think we're holding up some sort of counterspell. Could have got a little extra damage in here, but we are going to tie it up here as far as life total, which is nice. I'm just afraid that the Kiora is going to be countered to at some point, you know? Okay, I don't mind that. I don't mind that. We drew the spell out of their hand. It's not a counter spell. And we get to counter their Brazen Borrower, so. It's kind of like they just sent me back a turn. It's basically this card's an on summon at this point because we get to counter it. Stormcaller, absolutely countering that one. That one can produce 2 spells for 1, which is no bueno. This is a 2-drop, this is a 3-drop, so they both can be exiled for 3 with Ugin. And our cards will be totally fine here. Okay, that's a little bit more of a problem. That's a little bit more of a problem. All right, well, if everything's getting exiled, so let's just go ahead and try to get a swing in here, see if they block. Nope, they take 5. And we are going for 5. And unfortunately for them, they didn't leave enough mana open for that Brazen Borrower to be played at instant speed here on the end step. So they're not going to be able to attack Ugin this turn. Ugin's going to be able to plus, dealing 3 damage to their flyer, which is a 3/1, and it dies. So basically it comes down to whatever that card is right there. Not looking good for our friend here. Not looking good. Let's get the Sea God down. Get our 8/8 on the field. Brazen Borrower goes right over the top of it. Not a problem. Ugin now has 4 loyalty. It's not going anywhere this turn. Unless, of course, they have a way to burn. But I don't foresee that happening. What is this here? Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. That's pretty good. That's like the Sea Dasher Octopus, but on steroids. Because it's any creature, but it does cost 1 more. So I guess that's fair. Here we go! We did it! We're going to Mythic, baby! What is it? 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 What did we get? What did we get? Let's go! Oh, you're not gonna tell me? No percentage? Alright. Well, that was anticlimactic. On to the next one. Alright, so we just got into Mythic. Checking out the number here. We got... They did your boy dirty. They did your boy dirty with 88%. But... That's fine. That's fine. 88%. Not terrible. We did get in late. We can't be too upset about it. We got in a little bit late. I'm pretty upset about it. I was hoping at least in low 90s. That way we can kind of maybe like shoot for a number, but looks like that's not going to happen. But we do have time for like 1 or 2 more games. So let's go ahead and pop those out real quick. Well, yeah, we got wood. We got time. All right, we got a little Eidolon action, which is great because we have a lot of Extinction Events, and we also have a Clean to Dust. Fantastic. I'll take the Mazemind Tome any day on turn 2. All right, they hurt themselves to play Null Priest. Okay. Gonna play our Tome, say go. We're gonna take a little bit of damage here. They're off to a pretty fast start for Mono Black. They gain a little bit of life, not the end of the world. Extinction Event not looking so great right now, but we do have multiples, so hopefully they play a few more creatures here. Wow, we drew all 4 Extinction Events. That's just filthy. All right, couple of 2s there that I wouldn't mind getting rid of. Couple of evens there. We may want to scry into some land here, so let's go ahead and put a stop there on our upkeep. That's pretty good. Every time they gain life here, we're in a little bit of more trouble than normal. Yep. And we scry. That's not a land. And we scry again. Come on, land. That's a land. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh. Well, I didn't mean to do that. I thought it was going to ask me for my main phase. It normally does that. Well, that's fine. It worked out. We're going to go odd here. And end our turn. Looking pretty good. Might want to put a stop again. I do want to keep tempoing out on my land. I think that's really important for us. My turn. Gain some life. It's always good. Life gain is really good, especially when we're getting beat down this quickly. Kiora is great, but I don't have the mana to play it yet, so I do need to keep looking for lands. Negate. Not great. Negate is not great. Land? I'll take it. That's a land. That's technically a land. And we could draw a card off of our Clean to Dust whenever we feel like it, which is nice. But I do like the Clean to Dust here because if they're running Myers Grasp, Myers Grasp, we want to be able to hit those types of things because they have Eidolon. So I'm sure they're running a lot of enchantments. And which means if they enchant us, kill us, put it in the graveyard, they're probably going to have Luris and bring it back. So we want to be able to, you know, make some crafty plays. Let's just go ahead and draw a card. Hold up our Negate. Alright, now we have 2. That changes things a little bit. Could pop a flyer here too. Hold up the Negate, but most likely we're going to pop a flyer. Okay, they're going straight to combat. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and drop a 3/3. Drop a 3/3. The Cacophony dies. Unless they have Heartless Act. Okay, Murderous Rider. Just as good. Gives them incentive though to play, which is good. Gives them another creature on the battlefield. Ugin. Don't mind if I do. And they just used one of their Murderous Riders to get rid of a creature. A little 3/3 flyer. I bet they're regretting that right about now. Unless they have another one, of course. Wish I had this online. Nope. They had it. They always have it. They always have it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there we go. I would like to see a land, though, to protect it. But really, what kind of things could they do to an enchantment? I don't feel like they have very good game plan against an enchantment. As far as removing it off the battlefield. Right? There's no way they have a enchantment removal, right? They sure don't. Oh, man, they did not like the sight of that. I don't blame them. Like I said, mono black, typically not an enchantment removal deck. All right, GG's. On to one more, I think we can do. Yeah, we could definitely do one more. All right, here we go. Second game in Mythic. Second game in Mythic. What do we got? Okay, well, the Solemn makes me really want to keep this, but screw it. We're keeping it. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose because we don't have land. But you know what? We're gonna top deck it right here. Ready? Yes. Yes, sir. Oh, Speaker of the Heavens. All right. We're gonna cycle the Shark Typhoon right here for 0. We absolutely have to hit our land drops. We have to get to 4. We have to get to 4. All right, that counts. All right. Play this down first. That way we can tempo into our Extinction Event. I would like to play maybe the Solemn first, though, actually. We'll see. We'll see where they're at on the life total here. Okay, another Heavens. Yeah, we definitely got to play Extinction Event next turn. Extinction Event for Odd is so good here. Oh, I was hoping they'd give the token over to the one that has Summoning Sickness. That would have been great. We'll be seeing you, Speakers. No angels for you today. And then Ugin, we're what? We're 4 lands away, which we're definitely getting a land next turn. Hopefully 2. Another Extinction Event's looking pretty solid right about now too. All right, that's a land. I know we could use that to kill like the Aspirant, but this is a nice chump blocker where we draw a card anyways. So not too worried about it. We got 4, 5, 6 lands. Hitting one more land will give us a Kiora, which is a fantastic card right about now. Tapping all their creatures sounds pretty awesome. But this is mono white, not mono black, so they definitely could be running Banishing Light or ECDs. So that would be really sad if they were. All right, we're drawing a card here, so we should hit our land hopefully in these next 2 draws. There it is. All right. Big 8/8. That's a big 8/8 blocker right there. One more land for our Ugin. We might even, honestly, we might consider sweeping the board here with our Ugin. Whenever another creature power 2 or less enters the battlefield in your control, gain 1 life, draw a card. Okay. Will they swing all? They're gonna lose one of their creatures, one of their aspirants. They choose not to. All right. And they go for the tap down. Looks like this is going to be our chance to make a comeback here. Start gaining some value. We get to steal something, so we're definitely stealing their 5/5 aspirant and start pumping all of our creatures, which is going to be nice. Hopefully they invest more into it. That'd be great. I doubt it, but you never know. You never know. You know, Ugin still looks pretty good to sweep the board here, I'm not going to lie, but I'm definitely going to scry with the Mazemind Tome here. I want to try to get to the life total or the life gain as fast as possible. This is a very weird game. I don't think we're out of the woods yet. You know, even though we have the Kiora on the field and we're about to steal a permanent, I don't think we're out of the woods yet. All right, at least their Yorion gets to blink things and bring them back into the upright position as far as blocking next turn for their sake. But they lose the counters. And I don't think they thought about that. I personally would have not done that. They have a really high life total. They don't really need blockers. They lose their counters, and all that grows here is going to be the priest. And so the priest is going to be my target to steal here. You know what? Actually, the Yorion might be my target. I think I'm going to take the Yorion. We have 8 lands, right? Okay, more than 8, so we're good. Yorion's my target. Because Yorion can go over the top. I am going to minus here. I'm going to -2 here. Smash through with this. I'm gonna smash through with my 8/8. Okay, and then we're gonna -2. And then I really like where we end up here. I think our positioning here is really strong. Being able to sweep the board again if they rebuild is great. Speaker of the Heavens, okay. Easy fodder to kill. That commander, though, is really frustrating me. Being able to draw that many cards and gaining that much life. Such a good card. Right, this is gonna be tricky. Me leaving their commander there is giving them a window here. Could have been a misplay on my part, to be honest, but still felt like the right thing to do, the way we did it. Leaving everything be with and just using the Spirit Dragon to maybe plus and hit something could have also been the right play. Would have left us with, you know, an 8/8, but I just feel like with the commander out there on the field gaining life every single turn, a lot of life, that the priest was going to get too big for us to handle. It's going to be bigger than 8/8, more than, you know, less than 2 turns. So, but we are getting the rope, which means our opponent probably gave up. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. No attackers, right? That wouldn't be the best thing to do. Okay. Shatter the Sky. Interesting. Okay, I'll take that. We get 2 cards out of it. I think that only benefits us, to be honest. For them, they really should have kept that commander. Because now we have so many counter spells and an Ugin sitting on the field. Yeah, I don't see a way they can come back now. That Shatter the Sky really helped us, to be honest. Another Kiora, just to rub salt in the wound. But I don't think we need it. I think we just hold up the counter spells and we win the game. It's a slow burn, but it's a more less risky burn, that's for sure. If it's a creature, we go here. If it's not, we go here. We got it all covered. That's a creature. And now it's in the graveyard. And we should see their head explode right about now. And right about now. Okay, they don't want to concede yet. All right, absolutely. I respect it. I absolutely respect the effort. They can't create a 1/1, not enough mana here, so they can't chump block this unless, of course, they have Omen of the Sun. That's definitely a play they can do. But I do have a negate. Nothing. All right, well, they lose, unfortunately. Again, we can negate or Greatshark something. That's definitely a Greatshark. And there's the head explosion we were looking for. GG's. Good freaking games, guys. Oh, we didn't quite crack 90. I was hoping to crack 90 tonight, but that's fine. We had a good run. We finally made it to Mythic, so I hope you guys are excited about that as much as I am. And we'll catch you at the end of this video. We'll wrap it up, and then after that, we'll catch you on the next video. So we'll see you then. Peace. And those are the games. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. Like I said, they really did me dirty with that Mythic ranking, but it is what it is. We went really late into the game as far as like getting into Mythic in the month, so can't really blame them. But as far as the deck played, I think it was pretty fantastic. We had a really solid run with it. You know, even playing this in play testing, we were winning a lot with it. I think we dropped 1 or 2 games, but it was because of more so my misplays and trying to work out the kinks in the deck. So very good deck. I think it's very viable. It definitely, I think, could use some other things. I think maybe the Greatshark might be a little too heavy on the CMC. The converted mana cost here is 5. It's a little heavy, and it doesn't really curve that well with our Solemn. Typically, if we're going to Solemn for our 5th land and then we drop our 6th land on the following turn, it's just a weird curve to me. I feel like I'd rather see this maybe as an Essence Scatter. more early game stuff, you know, to help us get to the end goal faster. Because Greatshark typically is a really good top end heavy game winner itself. And I think it's a win con in most decks. So to have it here to get us to our bigger plays seems a little odd, and it just seems a little clunky. So maybe we cut the Greatshark, but I would love to hear your thoughts on it. I think that you guys all have some fantastic ideas sometimes. Let me know what you guys think of the deck. Maybe if you have a better idea than that as far as replacing the Greatshark, or if you have any other ideas in general in the deck, or if you like the Greatshark, just let me know. I'm always open to reading those comments and hearing your guys' ideas. But I think that's going to wrap it up. I just want to give a quick shout out to all of you who made it this far into the video. Thank you so much for watching this far. It helps the algorithm so much. Helps my video get put out to more people out there, and grows the channel. So without your support, I couldn't be here today doing what I'm doing. So thank you so much for everything you do and supporting the channel. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.